The cold season is upon us, whether winter or Harmattan. So today I thought to share these four amazing recipes with you. They are basically tea recipes, and aside relaxation, it's going to be used for the combat of colds, coughs, and sore throats. So let's get started. We are starting with the basil tea. So in my saucepan, I'm going to add in enough water, not too much though. And I'm going in with some washed basil leaves or akoko mesa. If you can't find these leaves in your area, you can find them in your supermarkets. And then once the water boils over slightly, I'm going in with some lemon or lime juice. I used lime in this video, okay, but you can use lemon. But also bear in mind that if you're going to give this to your baby or toddler, it's advisable to use orange juice. So once I squeeze that in there, I'll go ahead and drop in the lime also in the water. Also, if you cannot find lemon or lime for this recipe, you can go to the stores and get the bottled up lemon juice and use it as well. And then I'll go in with some ginger, which I just cut up into smaller bits. And then I'll cover and allow this to boil over very well. As you can see, it's boiling nicely. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the fire and strain the water out. You can just drink the strained juice as it is, okay? But for kids, if you're going to coerce them to drink this, you might as well make this a little bit sweeter. But what we are going to add is some honey. But bear in mind that if your child is not yet 1 year old, you cannot add honey into this. So I hope this was helpful. Now, recipe number two is the mixed spices tea. In my saucepan, I'm going in with some guinea peppers, grains of paradise, cloves, ginger. The local names will be in the description box, okay? And then I'll add in some water as well, add in some ground cinnamon, and give this a good mix whilst it's on fire and allow it to heat up. The individual links to these recipes will all be in the description box. The ingredients will be in the individual links as well. Once the mixture is heated up, I'm going to go in with some freshly squeezed orange juice and some honey as a form of sweetener. After this, I'll give this an extra maybe 2 or 3 minutes on fire, and then our tea will be ready to be enjoyed. Now let's move on to the third recipe, which is not really a tea recipe, but I'll call it a juice. It is the orange onion juice. You need half of an orange, poke holes in it like you see me doing with a fork, and then sprinkle just a bit of salt on there. Put it in a bowl of water and then put it in a microwave for 1 minute. Alternatively, you can have a saucepan on top of your stove with a bit of water and let the orange stand in there. Cover and allow the water to boil over. And then once it's done, allow it to cool down a bit so it's easy for you to touch, okay? And then squeeze the juice in a bowl and you can give it to your little one just like the way it is. This is very effective, especially for coughs. But you can also sweeten with a bit of honey. To make it even more effective, I added some onion juice to it. What I did was to soak a bit of sliced onions in water and then added it to this mixture. I added just the water, not the slices of onions, okay? And because I gave it to my boys, I gave it to them in this syringe. I hope this is another helpful recipe. Moving on, we have the spiced apple tea. So I have a saucepan on fire. I'm going to go in with some water and then go ahead and add my spices. I have some star anise, cloves, ginger, and cinnamon powder. Let me take this pause to say a big thank you to my returning subscribers. And also, if you're new here, please consider subscribing and joining this amazing blooming family. Once the spices are stirred in, add in just a bit of lemon juice freshly squeezed as well. And then I'll stir and then go in with some grated apples. Give this also a good mix, cover and allow this to boil over. If you've watched this video till this end, I believe it's helpful to you. So please give me a thumbs up, leave your comments down below when you're done watching, and also share when you're done watching. Once our concoction is boiled over, I'm going to go ahead and strain it. And then what we are going to be feasting on or drinking for relaxation for our colds and coughs and sore throats is just the juice. You can go ahead and sweeten it a bit more with some honey, but you can as well drink it just as it is. With these four amazing tea recipes I've shared, I believe you are armed against the Harmattan and the winter, especially against colds, coughs, sore throats, and simply just to relax, okay? And until I see you again in another video, please keep blooming.